Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Aris and Greece Build Nation, where we will cover the second part of our second season in charge of the club. You'll see our January transfers, ins and outs, all the ups and downs from the transfer window, our transfer targets to come in at the end of the season via the free contract method. You'll see the rest of the season. Can we remain unbeaten for the whole season? Who knows? I don't think so, but here we go. Can we qualify for the next round of the Champions League, and can we add the Greek Cup to our growing list of trophies at Aris? First up, I wanted to cover the transfers that we're potentially getting and ones that have already been agreed. And we're going to kick it off at first with Guaiadino. He is coming in on a free transfer from RB Salzburg. The guy can play left back. He can also play at centre back as well. He's going to be a great addition to our squad. The Malian internationals always develop so well on Football Manager. So I'm going to give him a chance on a free transfer. We build him up, we sell him on, or he becomes a club legend. We've offered a pre-contract agreement to a few players. It's Pierre Koopmeiners, who is a very good defensive midfield player, currently playing at AZ, 24-year-old Dutch player. Not played for the Dutch national side yet, but we do need to replace Vladimir Darida at the end of the season. And this guy could be the cheap example of doing so. Darida's 34, he's 24. He's going to have 10 years at the club, potentially. I'm bigging him up. I feel like he's going to do big things for Aris in this football club. We've also offered a pre-contract agreement to Kostas. He is in the Greek national side. We do need Greeks for that homegrown European stuff. He will be a squad player, but we do need defensive midfield players. I'll admit he's not the best, but we need Greeks and we need them now. Both him and Koopmeiners haven't accepted our contracts yet, but I'm hopeful they will. I especially want Koopmeiners, but Kostas would be a great addition to this squad as well. We're also in a transfer battle with PSG. I hate coming up against them because they can offer more money and they can offer more wage to players. But Jakub Napoleon Romsas is one of the players I want to buy for our club. He can play across the front line. He can play central midfield. He's going to cost us about £2 million, which isn't a lot, but he could be the natural replacement for Manu Garcia, as I don't think we're going to be able to keep him all the time because his numbers are incredible this season and there's a lot of clubs interested in him. Our form in January has absolutely been top-notch so far. We've won every single game. We've got 59 points. We are 8 points above Olympiacos. We've got to play them in the league as well, and then we get split into two as it did last season. We play all the big teams, but we've got a decent chunk. We've got 19 wins, 2 draws, 0 defeats, 55 goal difference. So I'm very confident we're going to retain the league title this season. We've also drawn Olympiacos in the Greek Cup of a two-legged quarterfinal. It's going to be tough against them. They are a very good side. But I just want to highlight before we do that, players that have been absolutely key for us in this run-in. Ramirez has actually now found his shooting boots. He's got 8 goals in 7 starts and 7 sub-appearances in the Greek Super League. 4 goals in the Champions League as well. He banged in a hat-trick a few games ago as well. So he's absolutely on fire. He just scored against Bayern Munich as well, as we lost 3-1 in that game, which leads us to a winner-takes-all game against Bayer Leverkusen. If we win that, we could potentially qualify. But it's going to be tough. I feel like we're not going to qualify for the Champions League, but can we get past Olympiacos in the Greek Cup? We needed a win against Leverkusen to qualify for the knockout stage of the Champions League, but it was not looking good as Patrick Schick put on the goal to put them in front. We changed to an attacking formation. We were playing balanced at the time, and it paid dividends as we went on to win 2-1. Yuki Sommer was marauding down the right wing, crosses the ball in, and Ramirez was there for an excellent finish. This guy's been in goal-scoring form, as I mentioned, but we wasn't done there. Just after half-time, Manu Garcia lays on Sotris to Maratita, who finds Menendez, and Menendez scores a worldie to put us into the knockout stage. The January transfer window was a busy one for us, especially given that we were trying to get players on a free transfer. And David Zimmer, we added to our centre-backs, a 24-year-old Czech international, will form part of our squad for next season. He's a decent centre-back. I feel like he's going to be the long-term replacement for Breivik. We've got a few Czechs in the squad already, so he will fit straight in my opinion. And Kostas, he signed with us permanently in the summer, and so did Koopmeiners. Koopmeiners was another one. I didn't think we'd get him, but we've gone and got him. This is a huge signing for the club. Darida's long-term replacement has been secured. And not only that, we did secure one of our loan players on a 650k transfer. It was Alessandro Fontarossa from Inter Milan. He's been key for us this season. This young man is developing into a class centre-back, and the 650k opportunity came up, and it was too good to turn down. I'm very excited to get this young man in our squad, and I'm very excited now we've qualified for the Champions League knockout rounds to see the draw and to see how we can progress through this season. It's time to find out who we get in this Champions League draw. And it is Marianne Vlack who is doing the draw live from Munich in Germany. We'll have a look at the unseeded teams. We are unseeded with Dortmund, Bruges, Galatasaray, Napoli, PSV, Real Madrid and Tottenham. One of the seeds we could get is Atletico Madrid, Fiorentina, Ajax, Bayern, Dynamo Zagreb, Liverpool, Manchester City or Newcastle. In my opinion, if we get Dynamo Zagreb, Ajax and Fiorentina, we've beaten Fiorentina in the past. Ajax would be a tough game, but I still feel like we could do this. Let's start this draw. Borussia Dortmund are first out of the hat. They will play Liverpool. So we don't get Liverpool. That's a good one. That's a good one to actually miss out on. We don't want Liverpool. Next is the unseeded team. Who's going to come out of the hat next? Are we going to come out of the hat? Club Bruges are going to play. Come on, Bayern Munich or Man City. Let's get them out of the way. Atletico Madrid. We didn't want them anyway, so that's always a good shout. Atletico would have been a step too far, I believe. Napoli against Bayern Munich. Come on. Napoli, Bayern. Let's go. Napoli, Bayern. Who are they going to get? Ajax. Whoa, we really wanted Ajax. Who is coming out of the hat next? It's Tottenham Hotspur. My team that I support in real life will be playing against Bayern Munich. Let's go. No, they got Dynamo Zagreb. It's a good draw for my team in real life, which leaves us with any of the big teams. We don't want to play Newcastle. They've already thumped us 6-1 this season already. So Galatasaray against Newcastle, that's fine. Fiorentina could be on the cards. We could have a repeat of the Europa Conference League semi-final here. We would take that at this stage. We're out of that hat. It's Aris. Who are we going to play? Fiorentina. Man City. It had to be. I knew it would be Man City. I knew we would be playing Man City. We've drawn them 1-1 at home this season already. We're not going to get past Man City, let's be honest. But we did get to this knockout round of this competition, and here is the draw. Aris against Man City. After finding out we had to play Man City in the next round of the Champions League, we put that disappointment behind us and put Olympiacos out of the Greek Cup. We had a respectable 1-1 draw away from home against them, but we really smashed them at home 4-0. And this was the pick of the goals from Brando Williams. Look at that goal. Keeper does not save those. And we wasn't done there. It's 2 goals in 10 minutes. We were absolutely right after half-time. It was Mariti to pick the ball up from the left-back position and just rolled past the defenders and left Sotris in with a tap-in. There was one more goal to be had in this game, and it was well-deserved. It was Allende. Sotris in the middle of the midfield just plays the ball nicely to Doka. Doka finds Allende, and he just hammers it home to put us into the semi-final against PAOK. Before we played PAOK, we had to deal with Man City in the Champions League, and they only beat us 1-0 over both legs, and it was an absolute screamer from Guardiola. He picks up the ball on the edge of the box, finessed it past Castells, and that put them through and put us out. A 1-0 win in the away game at PAOK set us up nicely for the second leg of the Cup semi-final, but Welbeck put them in front. Danny Welbeck, the blast from the past, gave PAOK the equaliser in the tie, but it wasn't meant to be this year for PAOK. As Aris fans will love this, we came back to score 2 goals in this game. Manu Garcia feeding Lauren, who fed Yuki Soma, who scored an absolute beaut of a goal. Goalkeeper should probably do better, but it put us back in front in the tie, and late on in the second half we finished it off to book a place in our first Greek Cup final with Aris. Wagner's ball into Lauren hits an absolute worldie. 2 worldies from Aris put us into the final. It's that time of the year again where the youth intake comes in. We have been upgrading it, and it is a better youth intake than we've had in previous years. It's below average, which still isn't the best, but we are still trying to upgrade the youth facilities, and we've just got a new head of youth development in, which I will show you. But this is an increase in last year in terms of the top talents that we've got through. We've got through Christos Ranzis. I've definitely killed his name, but he is a cam. He's 15 years of age, got 17 teamwork, 10 vision, 12 technique, 10 first touch, 9 dribbling. He's only 15. He could be a main star for Aris and the Greece national side. This is encouraging. And then we've got an AML on the left-hand side, his stats look very good for a 15-year-old. He's got 12 dribbling, 13 first touch, 12 passing, 11 technique, 16 teamwork, 12 pace, and 12 acceleration. This young man could go far, and they're all going to count to being those homegrown players. So even if they're on the bench for a few seasons, this is definitely going to help us in Europe. Max Bauster is our new head of youth development, and he was the head of youth development at Schalke back in 2009 and then moved into coaching with them. He is one of the best youth developments head of youth developments we could have got. Indeed, he has got 20 working with youngsters, 17 ability, and 19 judging players potential. All we need to do now is give this man the facilities to go and find us the young ballers, and he will come in clutch in the years to come. Before we move into the international break and the World Cup qualifiers against Switzerland and North Macedonia, the big derby game, we are going to wrap up the form at club level. We're 28 games into the league season. 25 wins, 3 draws, no defeats, and 67 plus goal difference with 78 points, 14 points above Olympiacos, who do have a game in hand, and we've got to play them twice. So we're edging closer to retaining the title this season. We're in our very first Greek Cup final with Aris as well, as we play AEK Athens. We've got a great record against them. I don't see us losing that game, to be perfectly honest with you, but stranger things have happened. We did get knocked out in the Champions League by Manchester City. I didn't think we'll get to the knockout rounds. It was Man City. They beat us 1-0, as you just saw, over 2 legs. There's no disgrace there. I don't feel like we would have gone any further anyway, because we would have got another tough draw. We're just not ready for that level of Champions League football yet, but I'm going to show you some of the players that have been important in those 28 games and in the Champions League and in the Greek Cup as well. Our goalkeeper has been the bedrock of our defence this season, and Koen Castells from Belgium has been absolutely class. We got him on a free transfer from Wolfsburg. We paid him the big money, nearly 20 grand a week, which is a lot for our club, but he has come in clutch this season. The performance he put in the second leg against Man City, saving a penalty from Haaland, he's just done it all season long. 32 years of age. I hope this guy stays at our club for a very long time. I've talked up this young man so much during this series, especially on this season where we've had him. He's been absolutely class. Alessandro Fontarossa was a 600k signing in January. We had him on loan before then. We had to go and get him. He's worth £3.2 million now. He's on 10 grand a week. He's going to probably be earning 17, 18 grand a week due to the contract we offered him at the end of the season. But that's fine as well, because this young man has been solid at the back. He's now playing for the Italy's under-21 squad as well. This guy could well become an Italian international, and we could sell him on for a lot of money. The guy's so consistent. He's been part of the best defense I've had on FM24 so far. Another young man I want to take on permanently if we can get the deal done is Alexandropoulos. He's been key for the Greek national side so far, and he's key for us this season. He's got 10 goals in 17 games for us. He doesn't play all the time. I mean, he's been very, very good. He plays defensive midfield, and the man's got 10 goals. It's incredible. His stats are improving. Sporting Lisbon want 1.6 million for him. If we can get the deal done in the summer, I'm definitely going to do it, because he would be a great replacement to add to Coop Miners, to add to all the other players we're bringing in as well. It would be a fantastic window to get this Greek young man in. It wouldn't be this Builder Nation without Manu Garcia performing. This guy, I said it right at the start of the series, could be our talisman. He is our talisman. I'm so surprised no one wants to buy him. I'll keep saying it until someone does. But he's just a goal and assist machine. 27 goals and 65 appearances for the club. But this season has really been his breakout season. 14 assists, 17 goals in 46 games. For a cam in this team and playing Champions League football as well is unbelievable. But he does have a duos partner that is very good alongside him. And it is this man. It is Yuki Sommer. The Japanese international signed in the summer, and he's been absolutely class. A couple of injuries have derailed his development a little bit, but he's starting to suddenly get back to his best. 19 assists, 12 goals in 38 games. This guy is an unbelievable beast for this club, and these two men could go for silly, silly money in the summer. But I want to keep them. I want to build the club, and these two are going to be the greatest. What we are lacking is a proper striker. We need to resolve that in the summer. But now let's see how we get on with the Greek national side in World Cup qualifying. Our World Cup qualifying campaign kicked off with a big game in the group. The two top contenders, number 1 versus number 2 seed, and Pavlidis put us in front with an absolute weldy pass curble in the Swiss goal. And we wasn't done there. As the Swiss came back into the game with Florian Vrieder, he just marches past our defence, and the boy from Young Boys put Switzerland back in it. But the Greeks were not to be denied on the home soil. And in the second half, 61st minute, Bazakatas with the great run splits the Swiss defence in half, and Pavlidis is left one-on-one, and this man does not miss. Our first away game as Greece manager in World Cup qualifying was a derby game against North Macedonia. And Rota put us in front. The right back whipped it past Dimitrevski in the goal to make it 1-0. And it was a very solid performance from the lads. We're finally getting used to the Swanzalona. And Zagaratis whipped the ball in and Pelkas added the second with a finesse dribbler finish past Dimitrevski. And we was not done there. We wanted to humiliate North Macedonia as the left back was having a great game. Fontas whips the ball in from a wide position and that man Paul Vidi has got his third goal. And that left us top of the group, 2 wins from 2, 5 goals for 1 against, plus 4 goal difference. The Swiss are going to be a challenge. They are looking like a very strong side. We beat them on another day. They could have potentially beat us, but it is what it is. Israel are looking fairly decent as well. Tolklamati is a young striker. If you haven't got him, go out and get him if you want to buy Israeli players. But the Swiss hammered them 5-1 at home. Our next upcoming games are Israel away and Lithuania at home. We need another 6 points. Only one team goes through automatically in the group. We need to be the top qualifiers because we don't want to be left with a playoff draw against a tough side. At club level, we could do it again. We could win the title against PAOK. Last season, we won it at their stadium. And this season, we have the chance to do it in front of our own fans. Let's get into that game and let's see if we can win the title on home soil against our biggest rivals. Here we go. We are live against PAOK in the Thessaloniki derby. PAOK are not going to do well in this game. They haven't beaten us in 8 attempts. We can win the league against them again. They've only won 1 out of their last 5 games, and they've got big Danny Welbeck up front. Can we go on and smash PAOK and win the Group Super League for the 2nd season in a row? First attack of the game in the 24th minute. Been a nothing game so far, but Allende plays a bad ball in, and the Derrida mops it up in midfield. Fontaros has been outstanding this season. Williams in the middle of the park in that inverted role. Manu Garcia, Allende. Is it a penalty? It looks like a pen. This is a big moment in the game. Will Aris get the penalty? Can we get the penalty to put us in front? As Allende still down, milking it in the penalty box. VAR says penalty. It's a penalty. And it's normally Lauren who steps up in these situations, but who will it be this time? It is Lauren. Strat steadies himself, sends the keeper for a biscuit, and the title celebrations are underway. Just before half-time, we have another attack as Derrida comes through, finds Yuki Sommer, but Ogbona's there. Zivkovic launches it to Danny Welbeck. Allende's been the danger man so far. Manu, Derrida, Sommer now picks up in midfield. We are very clustered as Havel brings the ball forward. Havel looks for Allende, finds Sortis, and it's a big block from the PAOK defenders there. As Derrida and Havel now. Havel picks the ball up. This is good play. This is good possession play from the lads. This is the type of football we play at Aris under this tactic. It's been insane. As Giller now doing Cruyff turns and then one's there, bruv. Fontarosa now picks the ball up. Williams. It's literally a keeping the ball clinic. As Allende finds the space out on the wing. As Allende drives in. Allende. Oh, it's saved. Manu! And that's surely the game before half-time. Manu Garcia with another goal. Despodov bringing the ball forward now. Despodov! And he gets one back for PAOK. And the title celebrations have been put on ice. Last attack of the game. PAOK are looking to break Aris' hearts here as they come on the attack with Kotorski. And it's good play from them, to be fair. They play decent football, PAOK. They're a good rival to have. As Kazdalenios brings the ball forward and Kufraukis. Despodov is their key man. We've got to stop getting Despodov on the ball. He's so good for them. He scored a banger earlier as well. As Castells whips it forward. Ramirez, can he win the header? Ogbona's very good in the air. Sortis is there. Menendez. Sortis. Menendez on the ball now. The man who's leaving the club in the summer. It is Menendez. Cuts in Menendez. Menendez. And it's a great save by Kotorski in goal. That would have sealed the victory. As we go for a corner now. Can we get? There's 5 minutes left in the game. A goal here would surely break PAOK hearts. As Maratita whips in the ball. Whips it. Giller's there. Giller! And that's the title. The title is coming to PAOK. It's done us dirty. I said the title was coming to PAOK. It's actually come to Aris. But there's no ticker tape and firework. I hate when that happens. It should just be obligatory. But we've done our 2nd title. Onwards and upwards now to the Greek Cup final. Our form to the end of the season was perfect. Last season, we dropped a lot of points because we won the league and people give up. But this season, we've done it. It's our first unbeaten season as Aris manager and only our 2nd season in charge. It has been an absolutely ball-running season. We've dominated Greece domestically. We just need to add this cup to our trophy list, and we've won everything we can in Greece, and now we've just got to keep pushing on in Europe and keep us going. But can we beat AEK in the Greek Cup final? That will round off this episode. Here we go. It is the Greek Cup final as we play AEK Athens. It's to note that we haven't lost in 8 meetings against AEK Athens. That's the commentator's curse right there, as they've only lost 3 of their last 5 games. So let's see. A cup final is one off, but let's add this trophy to the trophy list for Aris. Let's go, the boys. Allende now in the left back position finds Fontarossa. The Italian under-21 international finds Allende again. Allende's looking to beat his man. Goes back to Fontarossa, and it's good ball possession play here. You've seen us play good football. This is what we do. Manu Garcia looks to whip one, but it's saved by the goalkeeper. I mean, we try and score 30-yarders far too much, in my opinion. But we do score some banging goals, so I can't really complain too much. As Allende whips it in, Gilla's back post. Fontarossa rises. Gilla! 1-0 in the final to Aris. Corner now for AEK as Park puts them straight back in the game. Big goal from Toy. Gilla with the throw in now to find Ramirez. Gilla, the goal scorer, to Wagner, to Manu, to Sortis. 2-1 Sortis Alexandropoulos. But are AEK going to hit us straight back with Pineda? And it's picked up easily by Castells in goal. I thought that was going to be the ultimate comeback there for AEK. We've just scored and they go and bang in another goal. It would have been like, oh, Jesus. As Williams brings the ball forward now. Can we get 2 quick successive goals? This would put the final on its head, to be honest. As Allende finds Manu in Akers. Manu finds Sommer. Sommer with the right ball. Ramirez makes it 3-1 and the Aris fans are singing, we've won the cup. AEK with some last gasp chances as Park heads it. As Mbeso looks to clear it. It's 3-1, 87th minute. If we score here, it's game, set and match. If they score, they're back in it. As Sommer gets bullied off the ball by Arlen. Arlen, Totti now on the ball. Francesco Totti. Well, it's not Francesco Totti. It's the defensive version of Totti who they signed from Wolves. I just have to call him Francesco Totti. Anyway, it's not about Totti. It's about what's going on in the game. As Orejo's in. Orejo, good finish. Brings them back into the game at 3-2. It's game on. Come on, the boys. It's ticker tape and firework time to end this season and to end this episode. We've done it. We've won the Greek Cup in a 3-2 battle against AEK Athens. To be fair to them, they deserve to win the game, but we have done it. We are the domestic team to be beaten in Greece at the moment. We've got so many good signings coming in. Season 3 is looking up. Come on, the boys. Come on, Aris. Enjoy the ticker tape and fireworks as we add the double to the list of achievements we've done with Aris. Come on, the boys.